Hello, Eugenia. There is no physical way to contact you right now. I know you're asking for privacy. I don't even know if you're going to see this video, but I do hope you see this video eventually. I just want to let you know that myself and so many others are rooting for you. We care about you. We love you. And I truly hope the best for you. And I'm so excited to see if you choose to share it, your journey of what can be a very beautiful thing.
My question is though, as a YouTuber, your job is to make everyone feel like they are your best friend. And when you do that to people, they feel like they have leverage on your life and can also have an opinion on who you are and what you do.
I just wanna find a way to get out of my mind.
So I feel like everyone feels like they have a say in her life and they genuinely want her to get help.
I don't know. Started when I was 15. Some friends went and ditched me. It manifested itself into an insecurity that I just wasn't good enough. Maybe that's how it always was. I don't know. Wanna be done with the sick of writing about. Getting pretty dark, but gotta figure it out, cause I gotta make it.
Hi! Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you! How are you? Oh, thank you.
What's down here?
Oh yeah, I can show you guys that too if you want. Yeah, of course.
Have you had any friends or anybody come over and hang out? Because I know there was a lot of people just being like, oh, your friends aren't helping, your friends aren't doing anything, whatever. But I'm sure behind the scenes, I'm sure everybody was always reaching out and whatever.
Yeah, there were some people that were, then there was some people that kind of really weren't really. There was almost some people that never really said anything to me before, but then later on were kind of bullying me into trying to make decisions for me, and kind of they were just not wanting to listen to me at all, not really wanting to hear how I'm feeling. Before, they never really seemed to care much about anything, so I guess that's kind of hard. But then I also have good people in my life that genuinely really did care. All right, that was my dad, guys. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Did you guys see him? Also, PewDiePie actually made a video where he mentioned me, and he sent all his fans to come over and be really loving and supportive. And
I just really want people to send her as much support and love as possible, and I really mean that. I think that's the only thing she needs right now.
Those kind of messages, I think, were the ones that are the most helpful. Also, not attacking me, trying to be oh, you're a horrible person, kill yourself, and those kind of messages, that kind of stuff I just kind of feel kind of puts you in a worse mindset, at least for me, where it kind of makes it harder to want to help yourself. Some of the videos, they just seemed really mean-spirited kind of. They just kind of made me feel a lot more lonely, and I would never wish any bad towards them, but it definitely makes it kind of hard to trust those kind of people, I think.
I want to hear you tell your story.
Okay.
I've never heard you say, A, that you have or had a problem, and B, what it is. Okay, yeah. So I think maybe starting there, if that's not too hard.
Yeah, I think that should be okay. So yes, I was dealing with an eating disorder. As for I guess labels with things like that, I guess something that I've also kind of learned going through it and seeing other people that were also there, that even though a lot of people can be dealing with eating disorders, that each person's story and each person's experience with it can be really different and really individual.
People often assume that eating disorders only look one way. That's why I think the education could be really cool. You know, there's binge eating disorder where we overeat and we don't do anything to compensate. We just overeat and that's how we cope. There's bulimia where we binge and purge and we can be underweight or overweight. Everybody's body's different. And there's a lot of others in there too that I won't get into, but I think at the very least it can be great for her to share her story and how it looked for her.
So I guess with me, as for I guess labels with things like that, I guess like the details of that were kind of like privately there, and
but also like just keep it from feeling too much too fast.
All right.
So she doesn't get defensive or feel attacked, because that's not the goal. The goal is to like help her tell a story that's beneficial for everybody.
It was definitely like an eating disorder, but yeah, I guess they didn't really get too labely, but
No, and you don't.
if that makes sense.
You don't have to put a label down.
Oh, thank you.
No. What was your day-to-day before getting help?
Yeah, and you know, I guess like before, there kind of would be like times where I guess I realized like, hey, like I'm not like eating enough. I really probably should be taking better care of myself. And like I would have people like my mom especially, and like my family and my parents and everything, that would be like, you really should be like, you know, taking care of yourself better and like eating more, and you know, like would be like bringing that up to me. And obviously like, the internet, there was a lot of people talking about that. I guess it's like in a way like kind of like maybe even like smoking or something, where like people kind of like know in their brain like, hey, you know, I should stop this, but it's, and then like sometimes I guess you'll kind of go through periods or like you're better about it, but like it's kind of hard, I guess, to like just like to totally like stop what you're doing, and to actually like go and try to like be better and like get help for myself.
When do you remember it started, or having issues with?
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of weird with me, I guess, because like even like when I was younger, I really always have been like pretty like naturally like small, I guess. I mean, like in school, like I dealt with like a lot of bullying and that kind of thing. I think that like definitely like when you have people like not being so nice to you, it can definitely kind of make you feel more insecure and like stick with you kind of. Then I guess kind of like as things were going forward, obviously I was like losing more weight, and I was kind of like not really acknowledging that and kind of just being like, oh, I'm okay, like whatever, and not really like seeing that it was like a really big problem. And then when I just like started making videos and all of that, and my channel started like growing a bit, then there was like certain people that would like make videos about me and like talk about my body a little bit. It kind of like was really affecting me like really badly, and like making me feel really bad, and like not taking care of myself, like really in like a really bad like mind state. I guess it just kind of was like progressing, and I wasn't like really doing much to like stop that. And I guess like eventually it just like got to the point where I really realized it would be a good idea to like get some help for that.
Okay, well,
yeah,
getting help.
Right.
So what was it like? Because we've kind of tiptoed around it, but like
right.
you went somewhere. So
I did,
what
yes.
was that?
So yeah, I was in a like rehab kind of program for it, and it was a really kind of weird experience, I guess, because it's definitely like when you go from like being in like the real world to entering that, like it's so different. They like weigh you and all of that, but they don't really tell you how much you weigh. I guess they kind of keep that like in there.
I love that.
Yeah, like sections. So you don't actually like get, I guess you don't really know like what's going on with that exactly. It can be kind of like boot campy in a way, where like it's very like scheduled. Like you wake up at a certain time, then some days they'll kind of like check your vitals and maybe do like a blood test some days and just like make sure everything's going all right. Then you also kind of have like therapists coming in. It can definitely seem like a lot, and like isn't exactly the easiest. So
For a lot of people in the eating disorder realm, that means gaining weight. And that's like your biggest fear.
Yeah.
But that is part of the recovery process. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that because it's like hard for people who are in it. I get a lot of questions every month about like, how do I love my body at this weight? It's just like anything, you should just talk nicer to yourself about it, you know?
I feel like it makes me look like like eating disorders are so hard because you have to eat to live, right? So it's like my issues with food I struggle with daily because I have to eat. So it's almost like a constant, it's like being an alcoholic and having to drink every day. It's like a weird like thing. I guess I'm trying to understand how you like got over that.
What's your favorite fruit? I don't know. Maybe apples or something, because like they're cool.
Or are you still figuring that out?
And you know, now I would definitely say I'm doing a lot better with things now, and that now I'm definitely like trying to make sure that like I'm eating enough and not like letting things get back to the point that it was at. While you're in it, like it definitely like seems like so much sometimes. They'll get you like breakfast and all of that. Then later they'll come in and like you'll have like a snack. Then later they had lunch, and then they had like another snack, and then so it's a lot of, I guess, like eating.
Would you do a what I eat in a day video? No, I don't think I would.
And I was still like eating every day, but I guess it just wasn't really like that much, which for me, I guess I just kind of wasn't really like realizing that I like should have been eating more, I guess.
I wouldn't ask her what she ate.
Okay.
But in my experience, they do eat. It's just not very much. But I wouldn't ask her what she eats.
And I think it like is like important for people to know that whether they're dealing with like an eating disorder or another type of mental health problem or like whatever, that isn't like who they are. Like there is a lot more to them than just that, and that they shouldn't feel like their whole identity is just that one thing. And there's like a lot more to people than just like what they're going through, like their disorder that they're dealing with. So
Yes.
yeah.
I am very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And I don't want to get too cheesy, but this, I think that's the thing too that's so crazy and so cool to think about. Is like she, like to me, is the epitome of like, and I don't even know if this is wrong to say, but people were like, oh, there's no hope. Like the videos were so aggressive at the end. Mm-hmm. This is it. Like let's stop trying to help her. Like it's bad, you know. And then being with you and hearing what you've been through, and also just your attitude about stuff, it's all been very like. But the fact that she is, I think, doing better is like, I don't want to use the word, like, a miracle.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to use that word?
I mean,
Because maybe that sounds offensive, but it has...
anybody getting better, you could say, is like a miracle, because we all know it's hard to be motivated. Like, it's hard to change. Like, people always talk about, oh, therapy makes you weak or whatever. I'm like, therapy is the hardest fucking thing you'll ever do. Like, because you actually have to strip away all the bullshit of whatever you do and like look inside and be like, oh, I don't like that about myself and I want to fix it. And that can be hard, you know? So I think it's always a miracle. I'm glad she got help.
I know.
This is awesome.
Fun tea.
Yay! Yes.
Positivity.
Yes, positivity. That can be like our drama channel. Like.
Yikes. Positivity spill.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Yay!
Oh my god.
That was so fun.
What do you think the reason for this situation was? Like, bigger picture.
Yeah. Not that like I'm the perfect example or like the expert or anything like that, but
Has anybody heard this?
actually I don't think so. That's just kind of cute. If like some people maybe like could see that like, you know, I went through this and now I think doing a lot better. I hope you have a great ride back.
We die.
No. Don't die.
Imagine.
That would not be good. Then I think that'll be really cool if like maybe some people that are going through a hard time or an eating disorder or like anything know they can like get through that, and that there is like help for them, and that people do care about them a lot.
Okay, if you need anything, text me,
too.
call me.
And to hopefully they can, you know, try to like stay positive through that and just like know that they can get through that. So I think that's cool at least.